I'm Jim.
I'm Kayla.
And we're here with Tesla Talks. We haven't done one for a while.
I know, and that intro never gets old. I still really like it.
The Elon hate has kind of died down, I think, hopefully.
Yeah, it's starting to. Yeah, it's starting
and
to.
Because he stepped away a little bit from the Doge thing and focusing back on the Tesla mission.
And they've got lots going on.
Oh my God.
Evidently.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
Robotaxi is big news. Robotaxi to launch here in June. Which is only
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
What's that, like
for
a week
Texas,
away?
right? Yeah, in Texas.
Wow.
He just did a ride with the head of transportation in the United States.
Oh, wow.
And Elon took him out for a ride with full self-drive.
And so in which location in Texas were we looking?
I think they'll probably start in Austin.
Yeah.
And then it's supposed to proliferate throughout Texas and then go into other states after that, right?
Yeah. So. And how did the test drive go? Did you
I just saw it before you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I just saw it. So
I'm sure.
Yeah. So that's huge news, though. And then I was just in California.
How was
I was just in California. It was really good. Yeah. We went actually to the Tesla factory.
That's crazy.
The Fremont factory.
So is it the one where? Because I've seen videos of this, but where all the machines are creating all of the different. Kind of like putting the parts
I didn't
together.
get to go in.
Yeah? Oh, okay, so tell us.
So you go there, and it's like forever. And this is their smallest factory. Fremont's their first factory in California. It's their first factory, and it's like blocks and blocks and blocks long. And the cars drive themselves out, tuck over to the parking lot.
Really?
Right? Like when they come off the line, they drive themselves out, which is crazy.
I wonder if that's like a button that they just
But
press.
there is a showroom you can go into. Like, like obviously there's a showroom you can go in there. So then I asked for a tour, and they're just like, only employees and friends of employees right now are getting a tour. I said, so where do I apply for a job? And she's like, that administration building. So I went there.
Nice.
To apply for a job.
And how'd it go?
So I said, can I apply for a job in Canada? She's like, sure.
Sure, why not? They're like, you might need
And I said, now that I'm applying for a job, can I get a tour? And she's like, you only friends and employees. So I said, well, aren't you and I friends?
Employees?
I said, aren't you and I friends? Like when I talked to her?
Yeah.
And she's like, sure, come back in 2 weeks.
They're just pushing you off at this point.
So she said, but yeah, apply for a job. There's lots of accounting jobs.
Really?
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, but then you're tied to the U.S. That's a whole different problem.
Apparently, it's really easy if you
to get tied to the U.S.
No, it's really easy to go there if you wanted to. If you especially as an accountant or professional, you can go there. You just need a letter. Yeah, so you just need a letter from an employer that say you have a job.
Yeah.
And then you stop at the border. They say with 15 minutes, you get them to check the letter, and they verify it, and that's it. You can go.
Really?
You go to work and stay there as long as you want.
Tour?
Yeah. Well, I was saying I wanted to be Elon's assistant.
Yeah, and they weren't hiring for that?
And
Too bad. Well,
and see whatever scraps fall off the table, right?
Yeah,
there you
go. Keep you updated
Walk around, keep the scraps fall off the table.
Jim's
But it was kind of cool, though. So we also went to Google's headquarters, which is in Mountain View. Google was pretty good, though. Google, you can actually walk the campus on Google. You can actually walk around all the buildings and talk to a few employees.
I've only ever seen pictures.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like the campus is all over the place in Google. And then you have a visitor center there and a Google store. You can buy a coffee there, Americano for $2 and a salad for $9 US, of course. So super cheap.
Yeah.
Very nice, very friendly, and all the driverless cars, the Waymos are driving because that's a Google kind of thing, right?
Yep,
so the Waymos are all around there driving around by themselves.
Wow.
And went to Apple. I think that's Fort Knox.
Yeah,
like I actually went to the Cupertino, the circle, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And I went there by accident, I guess. And get to the gate, and they're just like, they said, and they're just like business, and I'm just like, oh, I'm here to see Tim Cook. And they're just like, don't say that, because I have to bring out a whole bunch of security. So what are you really here for?
Wow.
And he said, anytime you ask for an executive, that's it. They escalate it. And then so I said, well, I just, where's the visitor center? And they're just like over there. It's basically an Apple store. You can see it in any mall, right?
Yeah,
so that was really, a fancy Apple store.
A fancy Apple store.
Fancy Apple
store.
store.
And did they have anything like a showroom or anything, or no? Just an Apple store.
Just a fancy, really big, fancy Apple store.
Interesting.
And a cafeteria, which the coffee and the salads are not as cheap as Google's. Google's was really like down to earth ingredients and like farm to table kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas Apple was kind of like a Starbucks, all wrapped in cellophane paper.
Fancy.
Nice poly that you could probably do your house with after.
Yeah.
And then went to Meta. It's located on One Hacker Way.
Oh.
And the sign is like this tiny.
Little tiny.
And
well, they probably don't want too many people, I guess.
And you could drive the campus.
Because I
Lots of
imagine it's like a
bicycles.
tourist attraction.
Yeah, lots of bicycles. Lots of people stop and take pictures. And I talked to the security guard there, and he said, "Yeah, most people just take a picture of the sign." But it kind of looked like almost like a prison barracks, all multicolored buildings. But like,
Interesting.
it didn't. It was definitely the most unimpressive of everything.
Out of all of the ones that you saw.
Yeah, I went to Apple, Google, Meta, and Tesla.
Did you learn anything?
Well, like definitely the Tesla was the friendliest for sure, and Google was pretty good. Apple, definitely not. And then
you just gotta connect with someone on LinkedIn for Tesla, and maybe you can.
and
get
then
a tour.
yeah, there you go.
The factory would be really neat to see.
We got a clip here to show you of. We're going to show this first clip here of somebody making a cappuccino while they're driving.
Cool.
Love you, Cybertruck.
Sometimes I forget that I have a Tesla that drives itself. And some other time, I forget they have electric outlets in my Tesla. And those days like today when I'm really
That's good.
in a rush.
Plugged in to the car.
Imagine, because you got 12 volts,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
got 110 inside the vehicle. That's good.
Wow, that's so fun. That's so funny. And to think, I guess you have to find other activities at this point to do. Because it is quite boring. I will say, like, when you're sitting there looking at the road, watching your car drive itself, like you're just
I call it potato chip mode.
Yeah.
So you can just eat your chips.
Yeah, or have a snack. Because you don't have anything else to do. You're trying to watch the road.
It's actually, I find it very, especially when you're driving in larger cities, very much less stressful because it does the turns itself. So you don't have to worry about, is that the right one, that right one? I find it really well. And I use it every day. I find it, most people don't even know it exists.
Which
it's just crazy. Yeah, I know.
Have you been in one of like the current taxis or something where they do self-driving?
I
or
have
are they
not,
using...
no.
I wonder if
I
they
wanted to go on a Waymo. It just didn't work out. Like, we're going to try a Waymo just to see.
At Google?
Yeah, I'm just going to check it out and see if I can get it stuck somewhere.
I did one in
You did a Waymo?
Arizona,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't know if it was a Waymo. No, I don't think it was. I
Like
think it
a
was something
driverless
else.
car?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a few out there. Zooks, I think, is one in Vegas.
Yeah, it was in Arizona, and quite cool. Like I'm not scared of it though because we're used to it now.
Yeah.
So I think it would be like a learning curve for someone who hasn't been in a self-driving car. A little
So
bit.
I was there for 6 days, 6 nights and 7 days. And don't forget, it's near the Fremont area.
Right.
I'd say 20-25% of the cars in that area are Teslas.
Makes
Like
sense.
sometimes you go to a light and there's like 20 all around you.
Yeah.
Like
Makes sense.
it was
It's just a regular car there.
and it was really hard to drive the gas car that I rented. It was it doesn't matter. It was some type of Nissan, I think, or whatever. But the lights are long because the traffic's like you can sit at a light very long time. But so it has that start-stop technology.
Oh yeah.
And when the engine shuts down, the air conditioner quits working. So the fan keeps blowing, so you get that
Warm.
smelly, humid kind of air. And it was just like, so you're just kind of like, you go from like cold to like this humid kind of like stinky kind of
I
thing.
didn't know it shut off the whole. I guess it does.
Yeah, the pump though, the AC pump shuts down.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I've never even
So,
thought about that.
Traffic there is, the roads are amazing,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing
Kept,
at night, but during the daytime, like they don't move.
No.
Last bit on California, guess how many times I ate at In-N-Out Burger?
Ooh. I want to say at least 3.
6.
Wow, good for you. Good for you.
Killed it.
How
Killed it
many
on-
do they have there? That's an aside, but
in that area, lots.
lots.
But,
Yeah. I know they have one in Arizona.
so it's California, Arizona, and Nevada right now. I think they're looking to branch
all
out.
the best places.
All the best places.
Yeah, because it's delicious. If you haven't been there, you should go.
So Nikki was like, "We're not doing it again," and I'm just like, "Well, where do you want to eat?"
Pick somewhere else.
I said, "Pick anywhere."
In and
I don't
out
care.
it is.
In and out it is. We did do the Olive Garden once, and
Yeah, you're like, we should have
not
gone
a,
to
not a good plan. We got another clip here to show you though, and this is something for people if you're considering a Tesla. I'm going to play this clip here.
It's cool video. It looks
You and I have talked about that before.
Yeah.
All the stuff
costs.
you don't pay for.
We've broken down the costs before.
Yeah, we did a video on it.
But the cost of maintenance is truly one of the reasons that, just like the electric vehicle in general, I guess, but especially the Tesla is, I think, superior. Like, we don't have to worry about all that. I sometimes forget what I need to replace.
Tough time right now to buy a Tesla. The tariffs are on here in Canada.
Yeah.
So like,
what's the price looking like?
like a Model Y, the start price is $85,000.
Oh, wow.
And then plus the PDI and that. So if you add like,
Is that yours, the same one that you have?
Yeah, so if you add the features now,
it's that much more?
I think it's $110,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it added about $22,000 to the price of.
So what's that doing to the used car market, like the used Tesla?
I haven't really looked, and then BC got rid of the no tax thing, so which they got these EV mandates, but then they seem to actually take away of all the incentives that were there for people to make that switch, right? So.
Yeah, for all vehicles or just Tesla?
Yeah, it was all used EVs in BC,
okay.
and that's gone now.
Yeah.
So tougher now.
Yeah.
But definitely, I'd look to the used market.
I've been seeing some vehicles popping up, but I don't know, because when did that end? You're popular.
Yeah, it seems that way.
End?
I just have to do this one thing. There we go.
When did that end? I think it just ended, didn't it? In April?
The tax thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just in April.
I think May 1 it ended.
So we'll see now what the change will show.
Because Nick sold his car at the end there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
what
to somebody that he got my old Model Y.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So,
Did a little swap.
Yeah, he ended up with a all-wheel drive car, so which is better than.
Yeah, that's one thing.
I mean, I don't really notice it, but.
Yeah, well, it's heavy. The vehicle's heavy in general, but I don't notice it either. I don't drive enough to notice, but definitely the traction I've heard is better. Yeah,
the cars accelerate like crazy. Just right now, hopefully, like the tariffs come off. Hopefully, this tariff thing is in the rear headlights, or real taillights, or whatever it is, and that rear view mirror. There you go. We did drive a Cybertruck while we were there. Because they were saying, you want to take a vehicle up for a drive? I said, no, it's okay.
So they were really nice.
Oh, yeah, they were pushy. They were actually, no, take one up for a drive. And I said, well, from Canada, I might just take it for a drive. So Nikki had not driven a Cybertruck, so she drove a Cybertruck.
Oh, that's nice.
And I thought
How'd she like it?
I thought she wouldn't like it. She absolutely loves it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Hard not to like. You drove a Cybertruck.
I drove it too.
Yeah.
I didn't notice, even though it's a massive vehicle, I didn't notice a huge difference, like in terms of what we drive versus the truck.
One thing she noticed right away
drive.
was the steering. Obviously, the steering. The steer-by-wire should be in every vehicle.
Yeah.
That is probably one of the
and it had
coolest
the yoke steering.
Yeah, the yoke kind of.
Yeah. Oh, you're so popular today.
Apparently. Wow. Sorry about that.
Okay. I don't mind.
There you go. It was. Yeah, they're very if you have a Tesla and you go into a dealership, obviously you can drive. And they're pretty good.
And also they're trying. They're like, here you go.
Yeah, take it.
One thing I did run into, like my dad's a tow truck driver, and one thing we did run into recently was, if you don't have your key on you and you're out and about and you have to have a tow, you have a bit of an issue,
right? Because they need it to be.
They need the key.
They need the key. You can't give them your phone.
Yeah, and then
I always pack my key though by fob.
Me too.
My credit card thing.
Me too, but I guess not everyone does. Yeah. So
I said that to Nick. I said because he's like, oh, I don't pack it around. I'm just like, you need to. What if your phone dies?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's happened to me, and I did that, and I'm just like. Can't get in. I'm just like, what's going on? Why can't I get in? And I look at my phone, dead. Yeah. And then I realize, I'm thinking, now what do I do? Because if somebody else has your key, they can let you in.
Right.
Yeah, they can phone you.
Or if you have another person. But
I don't know how you phone them though.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you can't really call them.
If you had your watch, you could.
Exactly. Yeah, I've got my Oura Ring, no Oura watch. Yeah.
And then so there's some cool stuff, but again, right now. Tougher. I think the used market is the only place to look unless you want to pay that extra.
The extra. Well, we'll see what happens in the next little while. I guess it's slow. It must be slow for them. Yeah. Yeah, and the cool thing to watch though is Robotaxi launching here in June in Texas, and at the Investor AGM investor event.
Elon promises to have a dance troupe of Optimuses on stage
Oh,
with him.
cool.
Did you see the latest dance video?
No, I have not. We'll have to show that next time.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, that's fun.
But that's our show for today. So we
for
thank
being
you for
here.
joining us on Tesla Talks.